Alright, look here. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Wait, hold on. Go.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, picture cheese. Mama wants one, and then we'll do the intro.
Alright.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Alright. The first intro is our
Yeah.
next.
Okay, our last stop.
Our final stop is Central West, and we're going to overnight tour.
Okay.
Let's do that first. And let's do hello vloggers. Today we're going on an overnight tour with Historical West.
Okay.
And yep.
Hello, Bloggineers. Today we're going on an overnight tour with. Hello, Bloggineers.
We're in Casper.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Hello, Bloggineers. We're in Casper, Wyoming, and today we're going on an overnight tour with Historic Trails West.
Oh, yeah, we
Alright.
are. Why? This is not something.
Oh, yours. Something fell.
The horse a little bit, and a river crossing.
Oh, across the river.
Oh.
We're not going to cross the river though.
Oh, man. That would actually be fun.
No, that wouldn't.
Yes, that would. Remember the video you saw of the horses crossing the river?
That's a cow.
Oh, yeah.
And they weigh about 1,900 pounds apiece. And they're 18 years old, but they're not related. They're just working together well.
They're very pretty.
And the one on the left, that's Mike. The one on the right is Jordan.
Michael Jordan. You guys should know.
I got confused when I heard that because I don't follow baseball very well. There's gear in this wagon, and it's stacked probably up to this iron up here. So there wasn't any room for anybody riding. And everybody walked. One of the things they had a little bit of trouble with is the other wagons were they were built back east with the high humidity, and then when they moved into Nebraska and Wyoming, all the way out to just a little bit beyond here, but where we'll stop, and they always traveled on the north side, other than where it was dug through bulldozers and stuff. It runs right down into the river, so they were on this side of the river, and that direction it runs about 3 or 4 miles up that direction, so they had to find a way through it. So they sent a road crew out ahead of them to break this rim and find a way down through it. And their road crew consisted of axes and adze and bars and chipping bars and things like that, and just pure strength and determination to get through this. 53. So there's no pictorial history of the Oregon Trail, just what somebody sketched out or drew or explained. So that's about, I'll get into a little bit of how they started it and things like that up the road here. On the horizon there, that last big dark boulder, That's where the Oregon Trail, it went around that to the left, and you'll be able to see it here in a little bit. It'll form. And then that hill, the last power line that you see up there to the right, it's still going uphill at that power line, where those power line poles are, way off to the right, about 4 o'clock out there. And mainly down this rough lock hill. And the rough lock is that they had to lock up this fill that we're going across right now. It wasn't here, and it wasn't built. It probably got built in the 60s or 70s. Okay. Get it up a little bit. Right up this draw. Where those green weeds are, those Canadian thistle with the brown tops. Off to the right, you can see where that bank has been broken down. They didn't have much. They were fairly poor. They were farmers and agriculture and merchants. And you wonder how they put enough money together to get 4 wagons and enough stock to pull them and all the gear in it for the trip to take off. Even though Pony Express only lasted 18 months because the train tracks got completed in southern Wyoming about in the early 60s, 1860s. So as all these people, well, all you gals were on the right with the children, and the men were on the left guiding them with the whip and the voice commands. They stretched a piece of canvas underneath these wagons, and they called it a sow belly. And so the kids walking along here, they would pick up sticks and twigs and everything for their next fire, the evening fire and the noon one. And so the thing that you don't see here, number one, is trees. The ones down on the river, the gray-looking ones, they found out that if those are ever on a spring, they use about 50 gallons of water a day, and they will dry up a spring. And we don't have very many springs in Wyoming, so now they're now a noxious weed. They didn't follow one set of tracks across it because every group of wagons they were looking for feed for their livestock and place to camp, and so they were all spread out across here. They tried to stay close to the river, but one of the gals in the later wagon train, she said the Oregon Trail is grazed down to nothing, a mile either side of it. So over there that didn't make it through the winter.
That one?
Beef.
Tell me that's a cow. Yeah, that's a cow. That's a dead cow.
Wait, is that fake?
No, that's a real cow.
Real? It doesn't look real.
Hope. Hope. Boy. So what am I going to call you when you're sitting up here?
Nolan.
Nolan? Oh. Might change that out in a little bit for somebody else, like you. What's your name?
Lucas.
What was it?
Lucas.
Lucas. Watch it.
Okay. Brother's riding at the front of the wagon.
You what?
No.
Oh. I'm old and hard of hearing too, so you have to let me know. Oh. One of the things those gals wrote about, and they're going to experience it, probably are already, the dust that 100 wagons kicked up.
Shoot, I don't have one. Can I have it?
I thought you have two.
I thought I did.
One from yesterday, the other one's this year.
Get their picture over, just picture the foreground and the horses in the background. And then
You can do the .05 camera angle.
oh,
Okay.
that was my only thing to do is keep the wagon off them. Ponds, but I'm not seeing them now. That purple-headed stuff, that's Canadian thistle. It's a bad weed. He should be out here spraying it, not Morris, but the guy that owns the land. So they, when they got to Oregon, they probably just deep sixed them or trashed them and then went back to their long skirts, and they never on the left. So the one on the left has learned to kind of hang back a little bit, so I have to get his attention. Watch it. ability to own land. And we were one of the only countries in the world where a private citizen could actually own land. The rest of the countries, the rulers, hold title to the land. Not in America. And as you could tell, these wagons, and they said, yeah, there's thousands of buffalo. One gal wrote that her wagon section was held up for 2.5 days for the buffalo passing by. Stopped them. And as far as the Indians, all the tribes were here, but they weren't here. They were nomadic, so they were here today and gone next week. They followed the buffalo and the game and things, and then there might be a different tribe where they were the next week, where there might not be anybody here for a month. And easy. Major landmarks that they had to pay attention to, and right there is where this North Platte River comes out of Colorado from the south, and it's traveling north and south right there, and their instructions were to follow the eye of the setting sun, so they had to be always going west. So right there where the tree line is on the ridge, that's where they had to separate from the Platte River. And it was going to be about 2 camps away before they would hit good water. They call it sweet water, that they could drink again. So that was a major thing that they had to pay attention to. And what gives that soil the red is iron oxide in it. And that stretches all the way down into Colorado. And it comes up and goes down and all the way up into Montana, and it's the same formation. And so it was a pretty important landmark. Well, what they also found out was there was some drop off, but I've never run off across it. I don't know where it's at. Oh, that was it back there? It was.
Now we're making our way back to our place.
Easy. Easy.
It's so steep up here. Look to the right. Look at the clouds. Super bumpy. Why is Lucky wearing a mask? Never mind, we're not going back.
right behind you. Good boy. This is our turnaround place right up here.
Look to the right.
Oh.
Alright, this halfway point, you're doing okay? Okay.
We're at the
That's how you shot.
here. We're at the turnaround point. Yeah, this is just the closer you are to the
Hello.
the more dust there is. But
There
with
you
this,
are.
it got better.
Beyond up there, about 120 miles, is South Pass, and that's the way they made it through the mountains and streams. They crossed the Snake River, the Bear River. Then they came to the Columbia River, and they shot those rapids through there, and that watershed, and that's why that route was chosen. It wasn't chosen. They were in it, so they kept following it, and they knew that they would reach the Pacific Ocean as it did. So those people back then, they had to really think big. They'll be all right?
Mhm.
Okay. Tell those horses to say, watch it.
Watch it.
I don't think they know your voice.
Oh.
Watch it. They know that voice. But that was a good assertive voice anyway.
I told you it was bumpy.
How does your video come out bouncing? It probably picks that up pretty good. It's just backwards. It's just
Yeah.
video on behind us. Okay.
my hat.
Except when they started making four-wheelers, and they're not narrow.
Go.
And that is the wagon ride at Historic Trails West.
Okay, my favorite part?
My favorite part was being in the front of the wagon because you can see way more, and also it's way bumpier, so it's way more fun.
And you?
My favorite part was learning about the history of the area, and it's cool that this is the same place that all the settlers passed through on the Oregon Trail. Oh, also we got to see the Red Butte. Well, like I heard about it in the museums the other day, but we finally saw it. Okay. Some interesting trivia is that they traveled around 12 miles a day, and also what was the other one? Oh yeah, and also there's no photographic evidence. And also, there's no photographic evidence of the Oregon Trail, and everything is told through the women's diaries because the men couldn't read. I mean, because the men couldn't write.
With it. And go.
If there's footage of me wearing a mask, that's because I got an allergy attack, but everyone else didn't. It was just the dust.
Oh
for me.
yeah. Wait,
and
can
then-
I say it?
Yeah.
Time for a chuck wagon dinner.
Hold on, let me do.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, cheese.
Go first.
Go from here.
Whee!
All right.
1, 2, 3, cheese. Yeah, because there's like loud.
Yeah, we have pretty. Good morning.
Yep.
This is my breakfast. I have potatoes, bacon. I got 2 medium. Wait, no.
Over medium.
I got 2 over medium eggs and a biscuit. There's butter there.
Couple pieces? Sure. Potatoes? Oop! That's all right.
Thank you.
Just on the mountain.
Okay, it's not off-road, right? Like it's still paved road.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Good road.
All right, look here, boys. 1, 2, 3, cheese. 1, 2, 3, cheese. All right, 1, 2, 3, cheese. Here. 1, 2, 3. Do another and go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, all right, and go.
And that is our stay at Historic Trails West.
Okay, go to the fire.
My favorite part was the wagon, since I got to be in the front. But experience sleeping in the teepee was also very cool.
We've never gone camping before, so this was a very different experience, but it felt safe because there's no wild animals aside from a few flies, and we had mosquito repellent. And there's mosquitoes in some times of the year, but for the most part, like no scary animals. And also the gates are locked at night, so it's very safe in here. The experience was also cool. It was fun living like a pioneer with a complete dinner and breakfast, and it was fun living like a pioneer with a complete dinner and breakfast, and it was also nice that we met people in an RV to have a campfire with.
And go.
See you in the next video. Bye.
All right, see you at the next stop.
See you at the next stop.
One more time, say it more clear.
See you at the next stop.